Welcome back, everybody. This is Mr. Fata, and in today's FattaCast, I'm going to show you how I can add additional layers to my Sumopaint Collage background project by importing the finished background project JPEG document to a layer and adding additional layers onto it. I can also merge down layers to provide additional layers within Sumopaint. To begin, I'm going to import two layer from my computer my finished collage background project. Once opened, I then hit enter. I now have two layers, layer 2 and layer 1. I have to click on layer 1, this blank white layer, and click the minus sign. I'll then go get my animals. Import to layer from my computer, and I'll open the bear. I'll click on the top corner, and holding shift, I'm going to shrink the bear down, resizing it about the size that I think I'll need it. I hit enter to that. Be sure you hold shift when you change the size of your objects. I now get the lasso tool, and I'm going to change the color of the border to a magenta. That way I'll be able to see it better against the background. And then click on the color to make that menu disappear. Then, holding my trackpad down with my left hand and using my right finger to go on the trackpad, I'm going to surround the bear to select it from its background. Going carefully, trying not to cut away any part of the subject. There, I have my bear selected. Now I need to inverse my selection so that I have the background selected so that I could delete it. I go to Select, Inverse. Now you'll see a magenta line around the outside edge. From here, I select Edit, Cut. Now I could get my eraser tool and change the border so that it's a fuzzier or feathered brush. And then I could slightly, ever so slightly, just trim off any excess background area while creating a feathered edge to the piece. I'm also going to feather the bottom of the bear here. Now I can move the bear in a position where I want him or her to be, and for this I'll put it like the bear is coming out from behind these rocks here. I'll even take my eraser and then erase subtly this spot here so it looks like these rocks are overlapping the bear. There. Now I select File, Import to Layer from my computer, and get my next animal. In this case, I've chosen this black wolf. I'll keep him that size and hit enter to that. And now, using the lasso tool, I'm going to go around starting with the face, selecting the wolf or the subject of your animal. And in the back here, I'm going to leave a little extra space so I could use my eraser tool to soften that edge a little bit. I'll do the same to the chest by leaving some of the background so that I could erase it later on. And then very carefully selecting around the facial area. Again, I'll go to Select, Inverse, and then Edit, Cut to delete the background of the wolf. Here's the eraser tool, again selecting the brush with a soft feathered edge and using that edge of the tool to just soften the edge of the subject's fur. This will create a furry effect and help integrate the animals into the scene. And now I'll use my Move tool to position the wolf somewhere in the scene here. Now I've maxed out my layers, so what I'll need to do is merge down on some of the layers. For this, I'm going to merge the bear down to the background because I want to be able to put my raven here in front of the wolf. So I select the bear's layer, and the bear is on top of the background layer, and I select the gear sign. If you can't see the gear sign because it's down below the window, just close the info window and the colors window so that it pulls the gear up. I'll click on the gear and select merge down, and the bear is now integrated into the background scene. Now I could do this again and again to continue to add more layers as needed. I only need one more layer for that final animal though. In this case, I'm going to import to layer from my computer and find my raven. Now this is a very large picture, so I'm going to click on the top box in the left corner and hold shift while I drag inward to resize the bird. And by holding shift, I constrain the proportions so I don't stretch or distort or warp the original animal. I'm also going to flip the bird around so that it appears to be looking at the bear. I want my animals to be looking into the picture rather than out to the outside edge. I'll then hit enter on that, and now I need to move the bird up so I can make my selection. I get my selection tool, and I'm going to start with the animal's face. I'm holding the trackpad down with my left hand while moving around with my right finger over the trackpad. It takes some practice, but eventually you'll get the hang of it. Try to get as carefully as you can so that you don't have any extra or cut away any part of the bird or the animal. I now select inverse and then edit cut to delete the background. I'll use my eraser tool to just trim away any part of the background that I left on the subject. And for that reason, it's good to favor the background area than to cut into the bird or into your subject. I'll now use my selection tool and place the raven in a spot where I want for this composition. I can still move my wolf around if I need to, and I can still resize it if I need to as well. To resize an item, you select on the item and select Edit Free Transform. Then while on that item's layer, you make a box around the item, and you should see this bounding box appear around the subject. If you don't see that, try it again. From here, I can now resize the animal. I'm holding shift so I don't distort the animal's proportion, and that way I can make it a more accurate size. I'll put the animal like it's on that rock there, and then I'll hit enter and place it down. And now I select File, Save to my computer, and I title it Collage _ animals _ project. I'll save it as a JPEG. And there you have it, everybody. I can add additional layers to my Sumopaint project background by importing the finished background project JPEG and adding additional layers onto it by merging down the background layers onto the background image. That's our FattaCast for today. Tune in next time.